Hello and welcome to the next video lecture of business statistics. As in previous video lecture, we have discussed various question of mean for all three series, for individual series, for discrete series, and for continuous series. So we have already discussed the questions for all these series, and for we have discussed two methods, direct method and shortcut method for solving question under these series. So in today's lecture, we will do some more question of mean to calculate arithmetic mean in continuous series. So I will solve few questions for calculating arithmetic mean under continuous series. So we will solve question by both the method, direct method and the shortcut method. So as you can see on your screen, there is a question in which we have to calculate the daily wage of the following table. So in this question, the wages are given in rupees. So wages are given in a continuous series. Okay, a series is of equal interval 4 to 6, 6 to 8, 8 to 10, 10 to 12, and 12 to 40. And according to the wages, number of workers are given. So the for 6 workers, wages are lying in 4 to 6 category. Similar for 12 workers, wages is lying 6 to 8 rupees, and for 17, 8 to 10, and for 10, 10 to 12, and for 5 number of workers, wages are lying under 12 to 40 rupees category. So basically number of workers is our frequency which is given in this question, and from this wages, which is a class interval, we have to find out the mid value. Okay, so how we have to calculate the mid value. I have also discussed this in previous lecture. This mid value can be calculated by adding lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. This is how we can get the uh, mid value of a given interval. Okay, so now we will solve this question. So as a class interval, this wages is our class interval, which is already given in this question. Which class interval, there is a class interval given, then that is a question of continuous series. So I have earlier also told you that first of all we have to identify which type of series is given in the question. So this is a continuous series, as there is a class interval given. Uh, uh, all the class interval have a equal interval. Okay, as you can see, 4 to 6, 6 to 8, there is a difference of 2 in all these intervals. Okay, so after identifying the series, we have to choose from which method we have to calculate the arithmetic mean. We want to calculate it by the direct method, or we have to calculate it by the shortcut method. So whatever method you choose for calculating the arithmetic mean, answer will be the same. So either you choose the direct method or either you choose the shortcut method, answer will be the same. So first for this question we will solve with the direct method. The formula of direct method for calculating arithmetic mean is sigma fx upon n. Okay, n is a total number, sum of frequency for calculating arithmetic mean under continuous series for direct method, and sum of fx is f is a frequency and x is the mid value of a given class interval. So first of all, we will calculate the mid value of a given class interval. So how we can calculate the class interval? By adding upper limit and the lower limit, and we will divide that by 2. So in this first column, in this first section, the lower limit is 4 and the upper limit is 6. So we have to add this and divide it by the 2, and 4 plus 6 is 10, and when we divide 10 by 2, the answer is 5. So 5 is the mid value of this given class interval. Now the mid value of 6 and 8. So first of all, we have to add 6 and 8 and then divide it by the 2, and 8 plus 6 and divided by 2. The answer is 7, as 14 divided by 2 is 7. The sum of 8 plus 2 is 14, and when we divide it by 8 by 2, the answer is 7. Next is for uh, class interval 8 and 10. Lower limit is 8 and upper limit is 10. So 8 plus 10 divided by 2 means 18 divided by 2. The answer is 9. Okay. Similarly, for this, we have to add both this lower limit and upper limit. 10 plus 12 divided by 2 means 22 divided by 2. The answer is 11. Okay. Now for this class interval 12 and 14, lower limit is 12 and upper limit is 14. We have to add this. The answer is 26 divided by 2. 26 divided by 2 means answer is 13. Okay. So this is how we calculate the mid value of a given series, or sorry, of a given class interval. So next step is that we have to calculate fx. So now we have already calculated the x, which is the mid value. X is the mid value of given class interval, which is this. Now frequency is already given in our question. Number of workers is a frequency which is already given in the question. Now what we have to do is we have to do the multiplication of x and f so that we can get the value of fx. Okay, so now we do the multiplication of x and f, so so that we can get the sum of this fx. So now 5 into 6, 30. Now, and 7 into 12 is 84. After that, 17 into 9, basically 17 into 9 is 153. Okay, 10 into 11 is 110. After that, 13 into 5. So 13 into 5 is basically 65. Okay, so this is how we calculate the value of fx. We have to multiply x into f so that we get the value of fx. So now for getting the sum of fx, we have to add all these values. Okay, we have to do the addition of all these values so that we can get the value of summation fx. This sign of summation is a sign of sum. We denote this summation sign with sum. Okay, so sum of fx means we have to add all these values. 30 plus 84 plus 153 plus 110 plus 65. So if we do the calculation, 2 and this 4 and 4. So the answer of mean fx is 442. Okay, so this is how we calculate the value of calculate the sum of fx. Now, as to calculate the arithmetic mean of a continuous series under the direct method is summation fx upon n, which means sum of fx divided by sum of number. So this n, value of n, number of items, is we get from frequency. Okay, number of items, total number of items are we get from frequency, means total number of workers. As class interval is wages which is given in the question, and total number of workers is our frequency. So total number of items we get from this frequency. So we have to add all these value of frequency so that we can get the value of n, means total number of items. So add all these values, 6 plus 12 plus 17 plus 10 plus 5. So what is the value here is 0, 3, 50. The value is 50. Okay, so this is how we calculate the value of n and value of sigma fx. Now we will put all these value in this formula, sigma fx divided by n, means 442 divided by 50. So now do the calculation of this 44 divided by 50. We get the value of mean. So when we do the calculation of this part, let me check. So the mean of what we are calculating, we have to calculate the daily wages for the following question. So daily wages are given in rupees. So the answer is can say rupees 8.84. So you can also say that this is the value of mean. Okay. So mean value is rupees 8.84. We can also say average daily wages of worker is rupees 8.84. Okay, so this is how we calculate the mean under the continuous series with direct method. So we have calculated with this direct method. Okay, so in this we have calculated mean with the direct method. Now let's move towards the next question. In the next question, we have to compute the arithmetic mean of the following frequency distribution. So, what in this question is given, the marks of a student and number of students are given. So, this is the question. This question is also of continuous series. Basically, in this question, the class interval which is given is not equal. As you can see on your screen, the class interval is not even. It's not equal. Like when first class interval is 20 to 29 and the second class interval is 30 to 39. After that 40 to 49, 50 to 59, 60 to 69 and 70 to 79. So last upper limit of this class interval is not basically in this class interval, the upper limit of this class interval is not similar to the lower limit of this class interval. So as in this previous question, what we have seen is that the class interval of the upper limit of this class interval is similar to the lower limit of this class interval. Basically, this type of class interval is known as the exclusive interval, and this type of class interval is known as inclusive class interval, in which the upper limit of first class interval is not similar to the lower limit of second class interval. Okay, so in this question, the class interval is given and the number of students. So from this given class interval, we have to calculate the mid value, which is again x. So in this question, we require x for calculating the value of dx. Basically, when we calculate dx, when we use shortcut method for calculating mean, we use dx. For calculating dx, we have to uh, take assumed mean. Okay, we have to choose the value of assumed mean from the value of x. In this question, we calculate the value of x from the given marks from this class interval. X is the value, is also known as the mid value of class interval. And number of students are already given in the question, which is the frequency f. So five student in a class get marks between 20 to 29. 11 student in a class get marks between 30 to 39. 18 student in a class get marks 40 to 49. Student 22 student in a class get marks between 50 to 59, and 16 student in a class got the marks between 60 to 69, and in last 8 student in a class got the marks between 70 to 79. So we have to basically calculate the arithmetic mean for this given frequency distribution. Now, let's start with the solution of this question. So what we have to do is, first we have to calculate the mid value from a given class interval. So now let's calculate the mid value. So for calculating mid value, the formula is upper limit, lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. This is how we calculate the mid value, which we have also discussed in our previous questions and previous lectures also. So for this, uh, first we have to calculate the value of 20 and 29 class interval. So we have in this lower limit is 20, upper limit is 29. So we have to calculate this. We have to add this and divide it by 2. 20 plus 29 is 49, which is divided by 2. So basically answer 49 divided by 2, the answer is 20, sorry, 24.5. So when we have an odd number in last, so the answer will always come in points. Okay, so when we add upper limit and lower limit, and the sum comes in odd terms, and then we have to divide it by 2, the answer will come in point. So in this type of class interval, the answer will always come in points. Okay. So 20 plus 29 is 49, which is divided by 2. The answer is 24.5. Next, 30 plus 39 divided by 2, 69 divided by 2. The answer is 34.5. Okay, so this is how we calculate the mid value in this type of given class interval. Next is 40 and 49. The lower limit is 40 and the upper limit is 49. So 40 plus 49 divided by 2. So this is 89 divided by 2 basically. So answer is 44.5. Okay. Now, next one is 50 and 59. Lower limit is 50, upper limit is 59. 50 plus 59 divided by 2. So means 109 divided by 2. So the answer is 54.5. Okay. So this is how we calculate. Now next is 60 and 69. Lower limit is 60, upper limit is 69. So 60 plus 69 means 129 divided by 2. So the answer is 64.5. Okay, so this is how we calculate it. Next is 70 to 79 means 70 plus 79 divided by 2, which is 149 divided by 2. So the answer is 74.5. Okay, so this is how we calculate the mid value for this given class interval. Now we have to calculate the value of the deviation, which is also denoted as deviation. So for calculating the value of deviation, so how we calculate the value of deviation? Deviation is equal to x minus a. Okay, so x minus a, x is a mid value and a is our assumed mean. So what I have earlier told you, that assumed mean we have to take from the value of, from the mid value. Mid value means from the value of x we will take assumed mean, and you can take assumed mean according to you only. So for this we will take assumed mean 54.5. Okay, so what is assumed mean is 54.5. So what we have to do in this, we have to minus 54.5 from the value of x. Okay, so you have to remember one thing, that while calculating the value of d, if your value is in minus, then you have to put the sign of minus, and if your value is in plus, then you have to put the sign of plus. It is very important uh, to show your negative value and the positive value. Okay, as if you will not do so, then your answer of mean will not will come wrong. Okay, so what we have to do for calculating deviation, we have to minus assumed mean from the value of x. So first one, let's calculate the value of d now. 24.5. So what we have to do, 24.5 minus 54.5. Okay, so as 54.5 is your bigger value and this value is in minus, so it is obvious your answer will come in minus, it will not come in plus. The answer is your answer for this is is negative, as your assumed mean value is larger than the x value. So what is the answer here? So what is the answer will come is minus 30. Okay, so this is how we will calculate the value of d, which is deviation. Now next one, 34.5 minus 54.5. Again, your assumed mean value is larger than the x value, means first put the sign of minus. As assumed mean, we have to minus assumed mean from the value of x. Okay, so answer is minus 20. Okay, next one, 44.5 minus 54.5. Again, your assumed mean value is bigger than the x value. So first put the sign of minus. Then what is the answer? 10, minus 10. Now in this 54.5 minus 54.5. Answer is 0. Okay. 54.5 minus 54.5. Answer is 0. Now uh, in next one, 64.5 minus 54.5. So now the assumed mean value is lesser than the x value. Okay, so x value is greater than the assumed mean value. So in this case, we have to subtract the value of assumed mean from the x value. So in this, your answer will come in plus 10. Okay, understood? Next, 74.5 minus 54.5. Again, your assumed mean value is lower than the mid value. In this case, mid value is greater than the assumed mean, and we are subtracting assumed mean value from the mid value. So again, your answer will come in plus. So plus 20. Okay, so this is how we calculate the value of deviation, or you can say the value of D, by subtracting assumed mean from the value of x. Okay, so now in this question, we have calculated the value of mid value, which is x. We have calculated the value of deviation, which is D, by taking assumed mean as 54.5. Frequency is already given in this question, f. So what we have to calculate now, the value of f and d. As in the given formula of mean, it says that a plus sigma fd by n. A is assumed mean, sigma fd means, sigma means sum, fd means f into d. So we have to calculate the sum of f and d. Okay, what we have to do? We have to calculate the sum of f and d. And n is the total number of item, means total number of student, which is already given in this question. So now let's calculate the value of f and d. So what we have to do is we have to multiply the value of d, basically this value d, with the f. Okay, so remember one thing, as we have calculated the value of d, there are some negative sign, subtraction sign, and there are some plus sign, positive sign. So when we do this multiplication of d and f, we have to keep this sign as it is. Okay, if your value is in minus, then you have to keep that value in minus, and if your value is in plus, then you have to keep that value in plus. Okay, so now we will do the calculation of deviation d and frequency f. Okay, so first of all, 30 into 5 is, first of all, put the sign of minus. Remember, don't forget to put the sign of minus if your deviation value is in minus. So minus 150. Got it? Now again 20 multiplication by 11. So in this also you have a value in minus. So minus 20 into 11 is 220. Okay. Next again put the sign of minus. Now 10 multiplied by 18. So the answer is 180. Okay. Next 22 into 0, 0. When you multiply any value with 0, the answer will always 0. Okay. Next is two value are in plus, or you can say both these value are positive, then you did not have to put the sign of minus. So these value are in plus, so put the sign of plus, or it's your choice to put the sign or not put the sign if the value is in plus. Okay, especially if the value is in plus. But if the value is in minus, you have to put the sign of minus. So for better understanding, let's put the sign of plus. 10 into 16, basically 160. And now plus 20 into 8 is, first put the sign of plus, it is 160. Okay, this is how we calculate the value of FT. Okay, now we have to do the sum of all the values. Okay, so let's first do the sum of all the minus value and the sum of all the plus value. So basically, when we do the calculation of 2 plus value, it will become positive. Okay, but the sign will remain same. Okay, when we have to suppose we have to calculate these two values, minus 150 and minus 120. So we will add this value, but the sign will remain in minus. Let's see, as you can see on your screen, minus, let me make you understand this, minus 150 and minus 20. When we make the calculation of both these terms, so in this case, the answer will come in minus, but in actual, we have to add these values. Okay, what we have to do? We have to add this value, means 370. So what the answer came is 370 minus 370. Now there is one minus value also remaining, minus 180. So what we will do? Let's calculate it here. Minus 180. Again, both the values have minus sign. So what we have to do is we will add them and we will put the sign of minus. Minus. Okay, this is how we will calculate it. So what is the answer is 550. Okay, what is the answer? Answer is this. So answer is 150. Sorry, minus 550. So this is how we calculate the value which are given in with minus sign. Okay, so this is how we calculate it. Now let's do the proper calculation. So when we do the calculation of all these three values, what the answer came is minus 550. Okay, and these value are already in plus. So when we did the calculation of all these values, the answer is 160 plus 160 is 320. Okay, now what we have to do is basically we have to now the one is in subtraction, one is in addition. So when we minus this value from this, uh, 550 minus 320. So as 550 is a bigger value than 350. Oh, sorry, 320. So 550 is already in minus. So what we have to do is, first of all, we have to keep the sign minus, and then when we did the calculation, when we subtract 320 from 550, so the answer is minus 230. Answer is minus 230. So be careful while doing the calculation with the number who have the minus sign and the plus sign. Okay, so your answer will totally depend on this calculation. Okay, so don't do this mistake calculating while doing the calculation of these plus and minus sign. Okay, so I think this is understood to all. Now we will keep put all these value in the formula. So as the formula of calculating mean for continuous series for the shortcut method. Let me shortcut method. Okay, so we are doing this for shortcut method. Uh, Now assumed mean is 54.5. So put this value 54.5, then plus, so the value of sigma fd means sum of fd is minus, what is the sum? Minus, let me put it in bracket, minus 230. Okay, and divided by n. So what is the total number of students? What is the frequency? So when we calculate the frequency, so n is similar. Okay, so n is the sum of total number of items, means sum of total number of students, as this frequency is in this question tells us about the total number of students. Okay, so when we add all these value, 5 plus 11 plus 18 plus 22 plus 16 and plus 8, when we add all these value, the answer will come, so the answer will come 0 and 80. So the answer will come 80. Okay, so this is how we do the calculation. Now let's put this value of 80 here in this formula also. 80. Okay, so now when we do the calculation of this part, so when we do the calculation, so let me calculate it for you. So when we do the calculation of these given value for calculating the arithmetic mean, so let's first 54.5 and plus. So first calculate this value 230 divided by 80. So as this value, just a minute, is in minus. So first put the sign of minus as 230 is given in minus. So minus 230 divided by 80. So the answer will come is 8.87. Okay, so this is how first we do the calculation. First remove the divide sign. Okay, and this minus sign is remain as it is. Now what we have to do, we have to do the calculation of this 54.5 minus 2.87. Okay, so when we do this calculation, the answer will come 51.63. Okay, so this is the mean. This is the value of mean. So mean for this question is 51.63, as we have to calculate the arithmetic mean of the following frequency. So 51.63 is the arithmetic mean of the given question. So as we have done both the method for calculating arithmetic mean, direct method and shortcut method for continuous series. So now you have cleared about the calculation or how we have to solve the question of mean in continuous series for both the method, for direct method and for shortcut method.